Hey there, God bless you. I'm Kareen. Welcome to the supportive environment. So, I am sitting right now at my dining table and I have all this paper. I have my tea right here, all this paper. This is my Bible, which I just finished reading, and there is a lot that needs to be done today because we are going to be moving soon. And this is actually what I want to talk about. So my previous video, I did mention in the end that we are moving. And so here I want to briefly share the reason why we are moving. So we currently live in an apartment in a building complex, not a building complex, a building, and we live on the 3rd floor. And so I have 2 little children, and our family has been blessed even more, and we also have our 3 big children. They are actually my step children. They are teenagers already, they're my husband's sons, and it's a set of twins. They are 14, and there is an 18-year-old. And so we are blessed because the family just got bigger. I have mentioned in one of my videos when they came to the United States. That is the reason why we went to the Dominican Republic. So I share that on a video. I don't need to go more into detail. But why are we moving now from the current place where we are living? So, as I mentioned, and as you know from watching this channel, I have 2 small children. Isaac is 6 and Zoe is 2 years old, and we live on a 3rd floor. Now the neighbors who live right below us on the 2nd floor, they constantly keep hitting their ceiling, our floor. I've try to manage the situation in consideration that yes, we have neighbors who live below us, but the children, let's say if it's 2 in the afternoon, 12 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, if they play a little bit or like run for a little bit from one side to the other, the floor it's banged from the people who live below us. And so we realize this is not a conducive and supportive environment for our children, for our family, for us. It's very uncomfortable. And initially when they started hitting the floor, I spoke to them and I asked them, like, I explained to them, we have little children. They are not running or jumping all the time, but as little children, sometimes they do run and jump in the house, and I am totally okay with that. Now, in consideration of them, of our neighbors who live below us, I asked them, what is the time that like you guys start unwinding in the evening? And they said 7 p.m. And so I said, okay, by 7 p.m. I'll do my best for my kids not to make or like walk hard on the floor or not stump the floor or things like that. And so in the mornings also, like after 10 o'clock is when I let them, if they want to like run in the house for a little bit, because again, it's an apartment and it's not like they're running all the time. They might do it for a few minutes. But I guess to our neighbors below, it feels like what is for a long time. So I don't let them until after 10 in the morning. I don't let them move a lot or, you know, just be too active in our apartment. I put area rug in our living room, which is the area where our children spend most of the time, as to mitigate the, you know, any sound. And actually when they're in the living room, they're really like playing with toys. They're not running. But again, sometimes they do, you know, they're kids, they are active. And also I am intentional about taking them out as regular as possible. Well, none of these things have really done much for our neighbors below us to stop banging our floor constantly. And so because of this situation, we decided it's time, it's better to move. We've been praying over this. We've been putting this in this situation in God's hand, and we've asked God to help us and to guide us. And I totally came to the realization that this is not a supportive environment for our children and for us. I totally believe that children need to be able to have the freedom to move, to be active. And from my experience as a little child, they actually don't even move or run or play like physically, not even as close as I used to when I was a little child. Of course, when I was a little child, my situation was much more different. I was growing up in the countryside in the Dominican Republic, and so as soon as I will wake up, it was pretty much, we did life outside. Actually, my mom's house was small, was tiny, but we had like big patios, and most of our neighbors' land or lot, they did not have fences, and all the neighbors, we used to know one another. So like we will, like kids, we were free to run and to play. All the neighbors used to know one another. Actually, the neighbors will protect like us little children. If we will run way too far away from like our home and they will see us that we were far, they will be like, hey, like, you know, go back home or something like that. Like they had that authority and that permission from our parents for us to discipline us, for us to protect us, to even to scold us. And so we had a lot of respect for our neighbors as well. And so I think of my childhood and how I had that freedom to run, to play, to move. I used to be so active. I used to climb trees as a little girl. I used to actually jump and cross from one tree to another. And in that sense, childhood was very beautiful for me. I was not confined to four walls. I was not confined to 3 rooms or just 1 room, or an enclosed space. And so I've been praying over this for a long time, and with God's help, we are making this decision, and we are moving forward. I do apologize if the camera is shaking, because I actually am holding my phone, which is what I'm using to record, to film this video. And but I was not confined as a little child to an enclosed space. And my children, they do spend a lot of time here in our apartment, and I don't want to, they already are so restricted. I don't want to like limit them to, hey, you have to stay still all day. You have to stay put all day. You cannot move, because it is part of a natural development of any child to move, to play, to run. This is actually part of their development. This is part of their the development of their gross motor skills. And so I just, at times I felt questioning myself. What do I do? Yes, I want to ensure that, my neighbors, I don't want to create discomfort for my neighbors. I don't want them to feel uncomfortable because my kids are making noise. But at the same time, we are in our apartment, we are in our home. They are not like doing anything that is reckless or that is out of the normal. They are just doing normal activities. And these normal activities that they do is causing our neighbors below such a discomfort that, they constantly, again, like I said, they keep banging, and it's just a very uncomfortable situation. So majorly because of that, we are moving, and we are trusting God. We are trusting God in this process. We are trusting God. Now, we live in New Jersey currently, and we are going to be moving to Florida. So that's where we are going to be going. And I've prayed over this for a long time. I've presented this situation to God, and God has given us peace in the decision that we are making. And we are trusting God for the next chapter of our lives. Isaac likes New Jersey. We live close to New York City, and he likes going to New York City a lot and take the subway, take the New Jersey Transit bus. He likes taking, as I mentioned, the subway, the train. And he's been saying that he's going to miss New Jersey and New York. And I say, you know what? You have friends here. You have friends that are like family, so you can come and visit, But I told him to also look forward and since he likes to explore, he's like a geographer. He likes checking maps and things. So, I've been telling him about Florida, and so he's developing that excitement about Florida as well. And we are in the hands of God. And so, yes, so that is the reason why we are moving. I had shared before that we were moving, but I didn't share the reason. And this is the reason why. We, in the name of God, with the help of God, we are seeking that environment that is truly supportive for children, for family, for people, for humans, you know, that environments where with the help of God they can thrive. And so yes, this is the reason. There are children who are very quiet and calm, naturally quiet and naturally calm, and may not, I don't know, move that much or jump that much, and that may be okay for, you know, for them to live in an apartment. But also I have to say that if the building has a lot of families with children, it also tends to not be such of a big problem. For example, we actually yesterday went to visit a friend of ours, and in that building there are a lot of kids, there are a lot of children, like there are a lot of families there, and they seem not to be bothered by the other children who are like jumping. And again, like I said, it's not like they are like moving and making noise all the time. It's just for short periods of time that this happens. As a matter of fact, our neighbors above us, they make sound. They don't make it all the time, but they make sound. They like, sometimes our ceiling sounds pretty hard, and I have not once hit the ceiling, our ceiling, to make them stop making noise, because it doesn't bother me, and I have kids, and I am going through a situation where the ones below us are hitting our floor. So I guess that makes me conscious of me not creating that discomfort for the ones who live above us. And so that is what I wanted to share. Yes, that's what I wanted to share. So thank you. I'll see you on the next video. God bless you.